Now from here, first I'll add my user as system user. So for you not required, so just you can wait for. Okay, this is not in the remote. So as I told you, like in the architecture which we have discussed in the second class, that name server is started here, it is green, and pre-processing server, that is for text processing, this server is also is up, and HDB compile server, right, for compiling of your procedures and C++ scripts and all, and the main server which should be started is your index server. So all the data of your enterprise will be stored within the index server. So until unless this server is up, you will not be able to see the system starting up. Okay. So if other services are not started, it's not a problem, but this is the core server which you require it. So we need to wait for the server to start up. See, now it is done. So once it is green, then we can see under the catalogs and the content, you can drill down and see the folders underneath this. Okay. If it is not coming, you can just refresh. Again, drill down. You can see your schemas under this. Got it? So the main server which should be started is your HDB index server. Cool. So now system is up. I'll try to create the users for each and every one. So I'm giving the password as India123. And I'm giving you the right to create one schema also. And your package. So you require the package to be created under this. So I'll create one package also later, not a problem. So Manju is created. Now Manju, you can log in and create one connection for your user. Okay, the password is India123. I'm giving the role for modeling. System privileges, I'm giving the privilege to create a schema. Then for the package is fine, I'll just create later. The function, so your user is PONSIN and the password is India123 capital I. Now we go for another user. Varun. India123. I think someone's mic is on. So I'll go for modeling. For the time being, I'll give it as modeling, right? Later we can see. So Varun, you can also log in. Prasanna. Right. Then is anyone missing? Chaitra? It is CHAITRA. Okay. Fine then. So I think for everyone I created. Now what you need to do is, for example, if any connections are there, remaining connections you can remove it. So what you have to do is just click on this add connection, add system, and give this IP address as 192.168.0.15. The instance number is 00. The description, for example, last time I created R user 1, so you can use your own IDs. Click on next. Now give your username R user 1 and password will be India123. Now if you want to remember this password whenever you log in next time, without again giving the username and password, you can store this username and password and click on finish. Invalid username and password. Okay, for this I think it was hash India123. Hash was there, and under this you can see this content available, and this is all these packages which are already created. Under the catalog you need to go for R user 1. So this is your default for this particular database user. This is the default schema which has been created. Now what you have to do is, when you come to this R user 1, select this particular console, SQL console, or you can right click from here, go to open SQL console. Right? So when you come to this R user, now what you need to do is you need to create one schema of your own. So in order to create a new schema, yesterday given you, go for create schema, and the schema name what you're going to create is, say for example, test 1, or I will give it as demo 1. So if you're trying to create on your own, you can give it as demo underscore Ravi is my schema name, owned by R user 1, and give a semicolon. For example, Manju you are trying to create it, and you can give it as demo underscore Manju.
What is the system ID?
System ID is 00.
Okay.
And owned by, you have to give it as Manju, because this is a user Manju, and you are trying to create an extra schema inside, because by default Manju will be there here, right, for his user. Then he is going to create one more particular schema, that is your demo underscore Manju, and you have to create that. So for me, I'm trying to create as demo underscore Ravi, and I'll try to give this as our user 1. And now if you want to execute this, you can press shortcut button as F8, right? Or you can click on this icon. So once it has been created, now go back to the schemas, right click the catalog, go for refresh. So you can see here, this is demo underscore Ravi is the schema. Now under this, under every schema, you will have all these technical folders which are available to you. So under this particular demo underscore Ravi, then I will have my own tables which can be created here. Okay. Now, in order to comment this particular statement, then what we need to do is we can give a single, if it is a single line comment, then I'll give it as hyphen hyphen. Okay. And if you want to give this as a multi-line comment, for example, if I have multiple lines, 2 or 3 lines, then you can give it as star then this. So how to comment your SQL statements? You can give it as hyphen hyphen, 2 hyphens. Otherwise, if it is a multi line comment, then you can give it as slash star and star slash. Is it fine? So what is the status? Are you able to connect to the system? How many are able to connect to the system? So who is already connected to the system? So how many are able to do the connection? I think for Shishma it is already connected, right? Then Manju, what is status? You're not able to see the catalog folder. Hmm. Did you go to that particular user under this? You can right click and refresh. No? You can right click the user, go for refresh. Then you should see underneath that. For example, Shushma, if I want to add your user here, let me add up here. I'll give it as 192, then 00. I'll give it as SUSHMA, India 123. Click on finish. It's connected. Now under Shushma's folder, we can see that there is a catalog. Under this catalog, you have your particular schema there. Very simple, right? It makes very faster. If you're not able to see this schema under this, just right click, click on refresh. Okay, that's good. Now once you can select your schema, click on SQL. When you come to the SQL, now you can start creating your schema now. So what is the statement? Create schema demo underscore Ravi owned by our user. And second is like I'll try to view and file to you, attach a file so that you can practice some more creation of tables and other things.
Ravi,
Yeah.
for me it says the connection to database is not there.
Okay. So what you have to do is select this particular schema. Your schema will be Manju, right? Select that schema and click on SQL. Open a new window.
It says progress information, operation progress. Some pop-up is there.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Because initially we need to sort out the problems, whatever we have, and we should be able to successfully log in and start creating some tables. So that is the main idea for us, right?
You can take the.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it. Make presenter.
You can see now.
No, yeah, we're not able to see your screen.
Now,
Yeah,
now, now.
now it is okay. But you're not yet connected, right? Your connection, you're not yet connected. Right click and log in one time. Right click. One time log off. Yeah. Again, right click and log on.
This is India 123, right?
Yeah. And select this as store password.
I'm getting this particular pop-up.
No, it's still operation in progress. No, it's not yet logged in. Yeah,
Okay.
now click on catalog.
Shall I refresh once?
No, not required, just we'll see. I think your internet connection is a little slower. Otherwise, delete it off. Just delete one time.
Which one? This itself.
We'll do one thing. Something problem is coming. Control V timeout.
Yeah.
Control to. I think it's slower. I think yeah, mostly. 192. Sorry, this IP address is wrong. 192.168.
Okay.
Otherwise, delete this. Right click, delete.
No.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
And again, go for a new connection. So, guys, what happens is due to small mistakes, what will happen is you'll not be able to log in and you'll waste your whole time. Okay. So initially, I want that you people also should share your screen and start logging because this is the core point for us. So you should be able to log in and access the system. Okay,
192.168. Huh?
168. Already there, na bottom. Yeah, I can type in that. Double click,
Yeah.
view it as 00. Give your name,
Yeah, that's
description.
all right.
No. Give your name, Manju here. Yeah, next.
Over.
Now give your username, Manju, and password is India123. And keep it a store username and password. It's better.
Finish.
Yep. Yeah, now it's fine. Now click on the catalog. Now select your schema there, Manju. Now click on the SQL console. Right.
Okay.
So now we can
Yeah, yeah.
create as now we can create
Done.
schema Manju demo underscore Manju owned by Manju. Now execute. Now refresh the catalog. Right. You'll be able to see this
Yes.
catalog. Under this, you'll have all these tables
Yeah.
and everything. Right. Okay, good.
Sure.
So that is how we try to do this, and I will give one Excel file now so that you can start doing some more practice in this, how to create and tables and all. I'll try to show you. Tuk, tuk, tuk. I think we can insert some files also, right here. Go to meeting.
Yeah.
I'm not able to find it. Chat is one. Okay, in the chat only it should happen, I think, right? Or shall I drag the file and keep it up? No. So how to insert this file? Tuk and insert chat.
Just see if you can drag it.
Yeah, drag and drop is not fine. No. No, mostly in the chat only, we should have some insert option here, I think, right? Okay, that's fine. I'll send the file later. So let me go for the screen. Now inside this, if you want to create one file, now let me go to this one and need to take HANA temp. So I kept one file called, within this folder C:temp, you'll have one Excel file called table creation sample for sales 1. Now in this, we have material master. I created one material master, customer master, employee master, then order table, then delivery table. So this will be useful for our prototype, which will be creating a small prototype initially. So in this material master, now just come to mat_mast. Now you can select this particular statement, SQL statement. Okay, Control C. Now come back to your console and paste it. Create column table, mat_mast, material master, material ID. Now if you want to create this as a primary key, then by the side we can give it as primary space key, then mat group, mat type, and old material ID. And the last I given it as semicolon. Now execute this. So under this, it is under our user one. I think yesterday we created this mat must. So under this table, our user one, under the tables, we have mat must created. Right? Now it's already there. And if you want to see the data inside this, the content also is loaded. That's fine. So I'm copying it and I'll try to put this into the chart window for everyone. You can copy this and execute it for the time being. Otherwise, you can go to this folder. So if you are able to access the system, then directly go to that Excel file, open this under C:temp, and you can copy and paste there. Now, in order to insert the values, so if you want to delete the data which is already existing, then I'll give the statement as delete from mat_mast. Okay, just have this and click on F8 button. So it will delete all the records from the material master table. Cool. Now if you want to insert the data inside this, now go to the second block of this, Control C, copy this block. Now within this statement, I can give it an insert into mat_mast. Now first material ID, then TV, then material group and material type, old material ID. Now let me execute this. So you can see that the statement isn't executed, right? Statement is successfully executed. And if you want to see the data after this, give it as select star from mat_mast. Now execute it. you'll be able to see the data for this. Now if you try to execute this 2 lines of code again second time, you will get an error because it is already primary key. It will not accept, right, the same metal ID to be executed second time because unique constraint is violated for this. Okay, so first exercise, what you're going to do is first create a metal master, then insert the data inside this, and step 2 is you need to create one more table called material text table, because the description of the material will be there within this table. So copy up to this, Control C. The table definition as well as the insert statement, both the things you can select it. Now here what you have to do is put a semicolon here, because the create statement has to end here and the second statement has to start from here. So if you try to execute it directly, then you will get an error, because neither this will be executed, now the table is created, now the insert statement will be successful. Right, now once done, I'll try to execute it. Now metal text also is executed now successfully. Right click, go for refresh. So metal master, metal text, both these tables are created. Now if you want to get the data from this, go for open content. So metal M100, in English the text for this particular material is Dell_computer. So for each language you can have multiple data in this, because we want to keep this material text as multilingual. First we'll try to load this in English, then after that we'll try to load this in German also, but this we'll see later. So once you have created your material master, then go to customer master and try to copy this whole data. Control C, Control V. So there is a semicolon here. Good. Now try to execute it. Simple. So you'll have one more table created, that is your customer master. Create column table. Now where is this table not come? Sorry, this is under Shushma, it has gone. I'll try to execute this. Now refresh. So metal master, metal text, and we have my customer master data also. Once it is done, then let's go for order_trans. So this is sales order. So copy the whole block of this. Okay, don't take the second block. Take from here to the top. And if you want this SQL to be saved, click on save as. Then this will be saved as an .sql file. So under the desktop, right, you can go to the desktop and save this file, give some name, and next time if you want to use this particular SQL, you can call back and open this SQL, directly use it up, right? So I'll try to go back to this, Control B. Just let's check it. So in the sales order, what we have is we have an order number, order date, requested date, customer ID, then after that material ID, employee ID, order quantity, unit, price, and currency. Okay, quantity and price we have, that amount is not there. Okay, that we will try to calculate in the modeling. So I just wantonly kept it blank, so we not take that amount. and for this corresponding here I have order number 1000, 1001. These are the different orders what we have. So we have totally 11 orders which has been created here. Now let me execute it, and we have this table creating as orders. Right click, now try to go to the open content. You will see this order number 1000 to 1010 is being created. This is the order date, requested date, customer ID, MAT ID, employee ID. Order quantity is this, and out of this order quantity the price for this is this, and currency is in UNR, USD, INR and UR. In multiple currencies I'm trying to enter the data here. Fine. So that is the simple exercise what you need to do for this particular day 4. Is it fine? So shall I give some 5 minutes for you to finish this? Yes, Manju, Shushma and Prasanna. I think you three have already logged in. Yeah, just I'll give 5 minutes. You can complete this. Just copy and execute it. That's it. So I want you to create how many tables? Table 1 is material master, material text, second table, third is your customer master, fourth is your orders table. Just copy, paste it and execute it. Yeah, is it completed? So in order to monitor you guys, then what you can do is, like, I'll try to create the connections here itself. Then I can monitor from here and see what is the status of your creations. Shushma, you created customer underscore masked, but I created this one, right? I think I've created this. So I'll try to delete this table. Shushma, you're not yet started. So you need to connect to the system and start doing it. Because this exercises, I want you people to practice, because in HANA It is not the theoretical. Theoretical is to some extent. The practical, the more the practicals you do it, then only you'll be able to sit in the project. Because most of the trainings, what I see is just people come, listen, right? Have the videos, little bit understand, go off, but never you'll have the confidence which will be coming out. So my thing is, the moment we keep
Ravi, there
on
is
having it, then we need to practice it also better, right? Yep. Yeah, Manju.
where is a Excel file which you showed?
Go to C colon,
Which folder is it?
C colon,
Yeah.
temp,
Uh,
C colon temp.
yeah. Okay.
This is
Okay.
table creation sample for sales one.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, Prasanna, tell me.
Yeah, I've created these tables and inserted the data.
Mm-hmm.
So all these tables are created under the default schema called Prasanna actually.
Okay.
So as you said yesterday, if I wanted to create on my own schema, like the demo schema which we created, we need to prefix that with the schema name, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Say, for example, I have our user one, and currently they are going into, now you can watch out here. Like I have selected this schema is what our user one and gone for OpenSQL, right? So it goes to your default schemas or user one. Now, say for example, if I want to create some schema, I want to select the schema as demo underscore Ravi, then select this particular schema, go to SQL statement here. Now you can see here the whole user database user is our user only, but under this current schema is what now demo underscore Ravi one. It's a different user. So like this you can do it. And now if you try to create the same statement, your create orders table, for example, Control C, and I try to paste it here. Now without giving any schema also, it directly goes to your demo underscore Ravi here. So now currently demo underscore Ravi. If I go for the tables, you don't find any tables here. Blank. Now let me execute this. It is done. Now refresh. You can see that the table has been created under demo underscore Ravi because here the current schema is demo underscore Ravi. Now, second way of doing it is I'll right click on delete. Before this, now currently I am in the user of our user one schema itself. Now, if you want to change the schema here while creating the SQL statement, if there are multiple statements, then you can give it as set schema as demo underscore Ravi. So once you change your schema from current schema to demo underscore Ravi, then no need to give here again this particular schema name, right? So I'll try to give this as set schema. Okay, currently for this particular session, now the current schema is set to demo underscore Ravi. And if I execute this, this goes to your again to the same user here. Now if you refresh, I can see that the table is created here. Now again what I will do, I'll try to delete this. And another method of doing is, if I don't want to do like this, set schema method, then I can give here the schema name as demo underscore Ravi dot orders. Okay, so now I'll try to select this, but currently you are in R user one, but the session now it is in the schema of your demo underscore Ravi only. I can now set it to even though if it is set schema to R user 1, then execute. Now what I'm doing is the current user is this, then let me select this. Create column table demo underscore Ravi dot orders. Once done, I'll try to go for refresh. Got it? Now again the table is created. Say for example, even create statement or select statement. For example, I want to write a select statement here. Select star from demo underscore Ravi dot orders, and if I execute this, I'm able to see the table, but I don't have the rights for example what Manju has created, and I'll select this as select star from Manju dot this. Now what it shows is sometimes invalid table, so table is not yet created. So for example, Prasanna is created, Prasanna dot orders, right? When I try to access the orders table, Prasanna, is it Prasanna? Prasanna?
Hey, you have to add
Prasanna,
SA.
yeah, Prasanna. Now click on this. Now what is the problem here? Insufficient privilege. Means you need to give me the privilege, access select privilege for this particular table to access this. That means you can get the table, but only thing is you should have the select permission for this. So this and all we'll try to see in the security. No worries now. Okay, so whenever you want to access any tables from other schemas, then what you have to do is we should have this permission for this. We can do it. Only thing is you need to prefix this schema name before that and the table which you want to access this. Okay. Yep, you can try out now.
Yeah, thank you.
Ravi,
Yeah.
now do I have to create the attribute and the text also, or
Yeah.
just the
Material attribute as well as text, both the tables. Material master as well as material text.
attribute also?
Attribute is material master table, right?
No,
No, I'll show
we
you.
have a material master, material attribute, and material text.
No, attribute is not required. Just take only the material mat master and mat text. Attribute is not required.
Sir,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I have one more doubt. Like, just wanted the difference between these measures and attributes. I just wanted to ask you in the previous sessions, but maybe sometime in the later you can clarify my doubt.
Measures and attributes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So I'll try to go in such a way. So here I'll try to take a transaction, right? Transaction as material, customer, and what is the quantity purchased. Is it fine? A simple transaction. A material is being purchased by some customer and the quantity purchased is some amount, some quantity. So let me take it as M1 has been purchased by customer C1 and the quantity purchased is 10. And the same material is purchased by C2 and the quantity is 20. Again M1, I'll take it as C1, quantity is 20. Again M2, C1, 30. Again M1 as C1 and 20. Now this is the transaction which has been done today. Is it fine? Now, when I tell this particular fields, like actually this data is your, so it provides you some extra information like who has purchased, what material has been purchased, who has been purchased it, right? And transaction, so because this is what we call it as master data and this is your master data, and the quantity is the actual transaction. When we tell that whenever this comes up, quantity comes up, then only we will tell that the transaction is being done, right? So when I have a query here, so normally the data on which you try to query upon, so that is material M1. If I tell material M1, what is the total quantity purchased? So what the system will do, M1 is 1, that is 10, 30, then 50, then again 20, 70. So total quantity, how much it has been purchased? For example, 70 has been purchased. Now what you are doing is, you are not doing M1, M1, M1 is equal to M4. You will not add this. It is, you have to find for unique key within the data. So the data on which you are trying to find or query upon is known as your attribute. We never aggregate this. For example, your employee ID is there. Employee ID, if you, for example, your salary you have taken, so 5 times in a month. Now the same employee, how many times you have taken means you have to find for unique key only here. So your employee ID will be your attribute. And the data on which you're trying to aggregate, right, that is going to be your measure. Got it? Now customer, even though if I don't take the query on material, if I tell C1 how many times here, what is the total quantity purchased, right? Now 10, 30, 50, 70. Now I can say different query like C1 quantity purchased is 70 here. Now the data on which you're trying to aggregate, that data is known as your measure. But normally in business objects, this is known as dimension. Okay. In BO, we call this as business objects, we call this as a dimension, and this is an measure. And in HANA, we call this as an attribute, and this is a measure. Funda is same. And in BW, we call this as characteristic info object, and this is known as key figure. Got it? So like quantity always, because measures should always, because when you're telling sum of this quantity, then it should be numeric data only. So only over the numeric data only you will be able to aggregate it. So that is known as your measure. So we have two types of fields in your SAP BO modeling, HANA modeling. That is your attributes and measures. So attributes will provide the context to your transaction. Say for example, if I take out this, right? If I try to take out this, Control Z, now I'll try to delete the data. Now if I tell only, if I keep a measure and tell that this is the quantity purchased, now who has purchased this, how it has come up? There is no information at all here, right? So that doesn't make a meaning at all. So in a transaction, without your master data or without your attributes, it doesn't make any sense. Got it? So for this data, attributes provide the context to the transaction data. So this is an attribute, say for example, customer, material, then after that vendor, then company code. plant, these are all your attributes only. And numeric data, normally which will be your quantity, price, amount withdrawn, amount deposited, number of transactions, which are purely in numerical nature, and we aggregate the data like sum, min, max, average. We try to find out all the data. That is known as your measure. Is it fine?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So any doubts you have? Some more? Anything you want more example to be given? So in the real
No,
time
I'm
here,
fine, sir.
now in the real time here, whenever you're trying to do a model, so order number is what? It's an measure or attribute? Attribute or measure? It's a attribute. Order date is an attribute. Requested date is an attribute. Customer ID is an attribute. Material ID is an attribute. Employee ID is an attribute. They provide all the context only. Now order quantity is a measure. Now I need to take with a different idea. I'll take this as measure. Now unit is a attribute. Price is a measure. Then currency is a attribute. Got it? Now we ask myself, why you are taking currency as your attribute? Why not take it as a measure? Because when I take, say for example, 10 currency, right, INR. Now this is also what? INR. Now this is only the data here, right? INR and INR, you will not be able to add it. It provides only the context, like 10 INR in Indian rupees. So this is again an attribute only, and this will be your measure, and these two will be your attributes. Quantity, say 10 quantity, for example, this is kgs. Now kg is a text only, right? It is not aggregatable. So this is a attribute. So I should take this as a kgs should be as an attribute. Got it? So attribute, measure, because it will be aggregated. Then kg is your attribute. So this is how we need to model it. Fine, Prasanna?
Sir, thanks for the explanation. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now coming to our subject line now here. So I want you people to create multiple tables inside this. And I'm going for the second sample. This is underscore R user 1, right? Now under R user 1, there is an employee table or material mass table is there. Okay, let me copy this material master. Create column table mat underscore must. Now you can see here there is a material master already created. Now if I want to create any table, but this table is in uppercase, and I'm trying to create one more table as matmas2, which is not existing, but I want to create a table now in lowercase, right? Then I'll give here as mat underscore mast in lowercase, and when I try to execute this, material master in lowercase. Now what it is getting here, it is telling that create table is you cannot use it duplicate. Mean to say, what happens is when you're trying to create a table, then mat must, even though you're given in lowercase, the system will automatically convert this into uppercase. Getting it? So the system will automatically convert your data of your lowercase into uppercase. So in order to make this as case sensitive, the table name as case sensitive, then you need to give here as a double quote. So the moment you give it as double quote, then the table can be case sensitive, and I'll try to execute now as this. Now executed. Let me refresh. Now there are two tables now, mat underscore masked in uppercase and mat underscore masked in lowercase. Got it? Now when I double click this material master, you can see this mat ID, mat group are all in uppercase. Fine. Now what I'll do is I'll try to create mat master 2, and here I want to give this, I'm trying to give here mat ID of the field, it should be in lowercase. Mat ID should be in lowercase also, and other remaining things should be in uppercase. Now when I try to execute this, now refresh again. Mat mask 2 is created. Double click this, but you see this mat ID also is in uppercase now. But we want this in lowercase, right? We want to create this in lowercase. As it is, the column name also will be converted from lower to upper. If you don't give anything, double quote, then it is all automatically converted to uppercase. So now when I want to do this, I have to specify this. If it is to be case sensitive, even the column name should be in double quote. Now let me create this mat ID 3 and let me execute this. Okay. Now right click and refresh. I can see mat 3. Now you can see this. This is in lowercase. This is an upper and upper. So this is how we have to create your tables in upper and lowercase. Now even when you're trying to select the tables, right? For example, mat must is in lowercase, and I'll try to delete this. I'll give the select statement as select star from, right, mat. For example, I'll give it as in lowercase, mat underscore mast. So there is no mat mast in lowercase, but I'm trying to give here, select this as mat mast, execute, select start from mat underscore mast. Now where is this table, lowercase table? Okay, now what happens is it is able to get the data because it is converting this lowercase into uppercase, and there is an uppercase table. And you get the results from here, the uppercase table there. Now, if you exactly want it, then you have to put a double quote here in order to select the table from a lowercase one. So now execute it, you'll get an error telling that there is no table called mat underscore mast in lowercase. So please be careful when you're trying to specify that whether it should be in upper or lower case should be specified in double quotes. Okay, that is how it happens. And when you're trying to specify here, and when you want to insert the data, now I'm trying to give it as mat mask 3, and when you want to insert the data into mat mask 3 table, then you have to give it as in lowercase mat underscore mask 3 and specify this. Now execute the insert statement. It is successfully done. Cool. So this is how you have to be careful on this. When giving a select statement, if all are uppercase, you give in lower or upper, then it doesn't create any problem. But if this particular column is always in a lower case, say for example, we have created this as mat ID 3, mat 3 is there, and if you try to view here as select mat ID from mat underscore mask 3, Okay, mat underscore mastery, and when I try to select this, now again you will get an error here, because even though you given here as a lowercase and you know that this is in lowercase, but here system will convert this into uppercase automatically. So what you have to do is, again you need to specify this in double quotes, telling that you want to select a lowercase metal ID column from a lowercase mat mastery. Now you can select this and refresh. You'll be able to set this, the column name is mat ID lowercase, and you get the data as mat ID 1 here. Okay, so that should be cool for today. And the second statement, if you want to create another table like your metal master, you want to copy this table, then we'll give it as create column table. I'll give an upper. For example, mat underscore mast 4, like, right, mat underscore must. So you can give a like statement here, like your metal master. You can specify this. Now select this and click on execute. Now once done, now right click this tables, go to refresh. So mat mast 4 has been created. Now double click on this. You can see the same structure is being created. And when I go for select the content from here, so there is no data here, right? Now try to delete this. Okay. Now what I'm going to create column table mat underscore mast 4 like metal master. Then it will be creating a table of the same structure. Now you have to give here with data. If you want with the data to be copied, also data also to be copied, then let me create this as this table. Now right click, refresh. Now let me go to metal master 4, go for open content. Right, so you got all the data. If there is 1 million records also, all the data with the structure as well as data will be copied into this. Is it fine? Cool. I'll put this a drop table mat mask 4, then execute this. Okay, so then the whole table of mat mask 4 will be dropped. So instead of right click and doing it, you can use this statement as drop table mat mask 4. Now mat mask 4 is being deleted. And if you want to delete all the records from metal master, then you can give it as delete from your table name, say for example metal master, irrespective of any condition. All the data, if there are 1 million records also, everything will be deleted, but the structure of the table will be there. Drop means it is going to delete the table itself, no structure, no data, everything has been washed away. But if you go for delete, only the records has been deleted. But if you want to selectively delete something, then you can give as where currency is equal to say for example INR, only this particular data has to be deleted. Then I can give a where condition here, where currency is equal to INR and country is equal to this, or material is equal to this, or so, and or conditions still we can give it up, so that only that particular data will be deleted. But if you want to delete the whole records from this, just give this as delete from as our user mat must, and now execute this. Now if you try to go for mat must and select the data, open content, you'll not see any data here. Okay, So then it's cool for the today. Then I expect you people to still practice what you've done up to this, and tomorrow we'll catch up with some more SQL, right? So tomorrow we'll try to modify the columns, tables, table names, and the table types also, column to row table, row to column table. So everything we can just try to do it up, right? So fine for today. Any doubts? Yes, guys.
Like you'll be sending the details of this
Which one?
for us to practice.
Again, Manju?
Now, if you have to log in and access and practice.
Yeah, anytime you can log in, right? It is remotely accessible now. You
Okay.
can practice anytime. That's not a problem. Okay, same credentials, you can use it and practice anytime. Not a problem.
Sure.
Okay. Okay then. See you for today. Bye bye.